I'm so honored for everybody to come on and share their experience with Forex. I wanted this to be um, very natural for those that doesn't know what is Forex. This is a passion that I grew to love, and I want to share it to everybody. So I have asked my friends, my mentor, to come on and share a little bit about Forex, and I have questions that I will be asking that I'm sure you guys also um, want to know, because not everybody understand what is Forex. I mean, what is it? Why do you want us to get in? How do you get involved? So I want to share with you guys those questions that that everybody asks. So with further ado, I'm going to introduce everyone, and I thank everyone for being here. My name is Vivian, Afro-Cuban. Yay! So, trader, Viva Cuba. Um, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I got involved knowing Forex about, I don't want to age myself. So let's say a good maybe uh, 20 years ago. And it was by accident. Raised, I'm from New York, and my grandparents always, or my grandfather always used to take me down Wall Street, even though back then I really didn't know what it was. But something grew inside me that I knew that I wanted to be part of whatever people was walking up and down. And this, what is Wall Street to? Later on, when I grew up, I found out that has to do with stock market. So I thought I was going to go that route into the stock market. I didn't know nothing about Forex. I didn't even know, like everybody, what is Forex? I thought it was stocks. Um, so that's how I got introduced to it. Fast forward, my parents was living with me like 2 years ago. I was taking care of my father at first, uh, and I had to find a way to make money from home. And I wasn't really looking for Forex. I was looking to do something at home, selling, working for AT&T, doing something. But my daughter happens to came over and visit me, and she told me about a friend that was into Forex. So that intrigued me, and I said, "Oh, I got to find more about this." And this is how I got involved. I wanted to help my husband out and things like that. So, and I, got involved with other people. I had the fortune of one of my mentors introducing me to Gwen's group, even though I wasn't part of my mentor's group. Um, and man, when she came on, it was like, oh my God, finally, I found somebody that could actually teach me. So I was on, I watched everything. And that's how I got involved. I met this group. I'm honored, happy, so grateful to everyone that's here. And that's a little bit of myself. I don't want to keep on going. Um, I want to ask Gwen, is she there? No. Her internet, she must be coming out. Okay. Gwen, Gwen, um, to say a little bit about yourself. I do have questions that I do want to ask you, but say a little bit about yourself. You're
I
kind of
think she's
choppy.
having connection issues.
Yeah. Okay.
She's in a hotel, so she's having bad
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah, that issue. So let's go to Andre. I see your face. Andre, say a little bit about yourself, how you got involved. I do have questions and things like that.
Hi everybody. They call me Coach Chris, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how your screen is looking, but to my screen, the guy to my left, you're right. He's the reason
Yeah.
that I'm in Forex. This guy right here,
Uh,
the
all
only other
right,
guy
Justin.
on the screen, Justin.
Justin.
So he would be making posts on Instagram that he still does to this day. He's very consistent. Um, and he would just, spreading the word, spreading the gospel about Forex, about how people can be financially free. Um, there is a reality that you can achieve with study when it comes to Forex. But what I really want to do is I want to give way to Gigi, because as long as she has good signal, we want to get her now while we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, um, so you say you got started because of Justin.
Right.
Okay, all right. So these are my questions here, and I'm gonna ask everybody the same questions.
Cool.
All right. Okay, people want to know what do you need to become a trader?
What do you need to become a trader?
Yeah.
A made up mind. It is. I liken it unto fitness. I'm a personal trainer, a nutritionist, and all of that. People will not. You will not achieve your fitness goals until you change your mentality. A lot of people say they want to lose weight. A lot of people say they want to lean out. A lot of people say they want to get in great shape. But until you make the connection here, where your actions and your thoughts line up, that is the only time it happens. Anybody can become a Forex trader. Technically, all you need is a cell phone device, smartphone, and you can become a trader. Um, there are just realities that we understand. Everybody wants the 100% win ratio situation. They don't want to take losses. And so what we know is, which of course with the class that I teach when it concerns risk management, what the goal is to mitigate. You want to make your losses small and your wins big. And so
Mm-hmm.
with proper education, which is what each of these people who you see on the screen represents a piece of education. You have mindset, you have structure, you have supply and demand, you have smart money concepts. I mean, every person on this Zoom call represents success, especially in the essence of making your mind up to achieve something, making your mind up to, even when it comes to making residual income. Major shout out to all of the people that are just high ranking, and just, that is a major mindset move. you know a lot of people don't know, to be on Zoom calls all day every day is absolutely amazing. And I have a total respect for it, because if you do one of these Zooms for an hour, it could be tiresome. Just imagine doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. I know she's shaking her head because she's like, yup, yup. Like, it's crazy. So, but there was a mind shift, and she realized that, hey, in order to reach the goals that I want to reach, I tell my clients all the time, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And if you don't get comfortable being uncomfortable in fitness, what does that mean? Sometimes you're going to be hungry and you shouldn't eat, because that's when the body begins to feed on the fat on the body. So there are going to be times when you're hungry, when you're going to be irritable, you're not going to want to do your cardio, you're not going to want to drink the water, you're not going to want to eat the food, but you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And the other thing is, you have to get comfortable with the basics. Don't come into this looking for, smart money concepts. And that's something that Gigi will allude to as well. I'm grateful that we have people who we've been in this long enough to tell the people, these are the mistakes. What you're seeing right now is a combination of mistakes that we've made, that now we have refined our message to say, hey, these are the things that we made a mistake early on in our trading careers. Let's teach you what we didn't know and we now know, so that you can be further along than we are for where you're going to go. So that's just really what it is. Anybody can be a Forex trader. And I admonish you guys to take it seriously. This is the easiest way to, it is liquid money. People don't realize these are real deposits and real withdrawals. This is real liquid money. And people they don't see that. They think it's like stocks. You own stock. They don't see how you cash out a stock. These are literal money withdrawals. So I'm just excited to be here. Glad to be on the team, and thank you, Vivian, for asking me to be on.
Thank you. Okay, Gigi's back. I could see her. Gigi, how did you get started? What is it about Forex that you love?
The way I got started is, I had to work my whole life, 2 and 3 jobs to become successful, to earn 6 figures to take care of my family. And I started, I moved away from home, started traveling the world, and I realized one thing that wealthy people had in common. They didn't work a job. They were investors. So I started looking into ways to invest, and I came across Forex, and that's all she wrote.
Okay, next question. How much dedication do you need to become a trader?
Well, it's like everything. You hear the phrase, and you guys have heard me say it a lot of times. There's people say, jack of all trades, master of none. And with Forex, this is something you definitely master. You have patience. You have to have discipline, be rich, because they see everybody that's making 6 figures, everybody that's figures, and what they don't realize is it's a process. We had to start from ground our way up there. Discipline and consistency. Yes, we do have people making $6 a year. Yes, we do have people making $1 million in 3 years. But those people are the Kobe Bryants of Forex. The average person can make 6 figures anywhere from 2 to 5 years by having a part-time discipline. They have to have a part-time, treat it like a business, an hour to 2 hours a day. And you can see results that you'll never see in any other career field.
Okay. Thank you, Gigi, for sharing. All right, next person up. I'm gonna go to my girl, Lupe. Lupe, how you doing?
Hey.
Okay, same question. How do you get involved? What is it about Forex that you love?
I got involved. Long story short, I was in the corporate world. I was literally the assistant to the president of a major food company. I saw how he would invest in things, and then I would take self-development classes, and in that self-development class, they talked about how either owning a business or learning how to trade or being in real estate will help you become wealthy. And since I saw Craig, my boss at the time, doing it, I'm like, I want to get in. I didn't know how. Long story short, 2 years ago, I knew there was a recession coming because 2 financial advisors told me I have a business, and I was freaking out. I said to myself, what am I going to do? I started a business, and here comes a recession. Oh, I know, Forex. And so I got involved before with somebody else. It didn't work out, but that's a story in itself. However, this time I did something different. I did my research. I went around social media and I said, who can I follow that can teach me? I did a few people and I narrowed it down to 2, a girl from Chicago, and I'm from Chicago, and Gigi. And I compared them both. And I said, Gigi. Why Gigi? Because she knows what she's doing.
Awesome. Okay. Next person up, Chalcye. Same question. How do you get involved and why do you like it?
So I actually did not want to be involved. My husband found Gigi, and he decided that he was going to start learning how to trade. We both were investment bankers. for regional banks here in the Toledo area. That's where we met, and we both naturally are interested in money, how money works, investing, multiple streams of income, all of those things. My husband is a dreamer. I'm a planner. So for me, when he was like, I'm going to start doing this trading thing, I was like, okay, babe, you do you. Let me know how it goes. All of a sudden, we started going on trips. We started going on shopping sprees. We were able to put our down payment on our first house. We were able to buy a new car, all of those things. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. I can't be left out of this. Like, I need to have a part of this. So he was like, I've been trying to teach you, but I am a mom of 4. I run my household. I help run our other businesses that we have. And I was working full time. And I was like, I don't have time to learn. He's like, I promise you, if you put in for a day, you're going to learn it. If you stay committed to it, you're going to learn it. And so I had some medical issues come up and I was on leave. I started taking some of the classes and I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, this makes sense. I can do this. And so I, 6 months later, quit my job, decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, and dove headfirst into Forex, learning how to trade here with all of you beautiful people. And the rest is history. So I've been retired from corporate for 1.5 years now. We've been able to invest into other streams of income so that we can always be diverse. And it's been an amazing journey for my family and I.
Awesome. Justin.
Hey.
Same question. Hey, same question. How do you get involved and why do you like it?
Thank you, Viv, for having me on. Just real quick, my situation was a little different. I came from another company, and at the time, that particular company kind of went belly up, and we ended up, the company stopped paying, its distributors at the time. So I've always been a person that always kind of created my own lanes of income. I started a global company about 5 or 6 years ago. And that company is still doing well in the music space. I'm a musician, just like Chris, and he and I have been knowing each other for, 20 plus years on the music scene. So I've had some, success on that side, and, touring and traveling and recording and all that kind of stuff. I still do that. So I always had multiple streams of income. But when I was in that previous company and went belly up, it kind of put a damper on me in terms of someone controlling my money. I didn't like that. And I didn't understand it at the time, because what I did with music was always kind of a passive way of income. It's a gift, it's a talent, that I put to use over the years. I've been playing since I was a little kid. And fast forward, that made me, be able to take that out to the world and make money off of it as well. So, but when I got in that other company and they were, not paying us, I didn't like the fact that they were controlling my money. I didn't like that at all. And same way with the job. I worked in corporate America for years. I was good to corporate America. Corporate America wasn't good to me. They ended up letting me go. And for something that's kind of out of my control, I didn't have nothing to do with it. And just the whole fact of, I have these things control. It was like a puppet, they were controlling what I made, how much I made, and I didn't like that. So when I was introduced to Forex, I saw a way out of that. I saw a way to literally control everything I did, from my time, my life, and my money. So long story short, been doing it now for the past almost coming up on 4 years. And I've had, great success with it. Made my first 6 figures in 8 months in the previous organization. And I've just been loving the experience. Has it been easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely. So I just want to admonish anybody else who sees this or hears this, consider it. Take control of your life, because, we only have one life. So just let's take control of our lives and our finances, and let's go to the next level.
Thank you. Next question. Let me see here. I know my husband wanted to ask this question, but he still doesn't understand it. And every time. Okay. Let's see. Well, you know, people want to know. You need to know math. You need to know arithmetic. You know, to do this. You know, these are the questions that I get. Oh, I'm not good at math. Do you need to know math? You know, what do you think? Do you really need to know any? You know, am I smart enough to do this?
That question for me?
Yeah, for anybody who wants to answer it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just say, you know, I mean, math is important. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, but, you know, just the basics. You know, if you just understand, you know, and that's the thing. When you get to meet people like on this panel, you get to meet a community of people that actually bounce ideas and share with each other. So it's one of those things, you're in business for yourself, but you're not business by yourself. That's one of the things I like about this. But so just for the simple fact of, you know, just learning simple math and how to calculate all that, you actually learn that as you grow, as you start. But, you know, change starts with you. So you have to definitely say yes, you know, so.
Okay. This question is going to go to Gigi.
Real
Gigi.
quick.
Okay.
Let me address it. One thing you need to know how to do, and it's simple, it's rules. There are rules that if you follow in Forex, you will be wealthy. And I've had this discussion with Chris a few times in the last few days. And I'm taking the words from two of our mentors who are 10-figure traders. I'm not talking about 5, 6, 7, or 8, but these are 10-figure traders that you have to just be like a robot. You have to have a set of rules, stick to those rules, and never walk away from those rules. Because there are computers that can trade, and it's because somebody has programmed a set of rules, and a computer doesn't have emotions. A computer doesn't think outside the box. It follows that criteria that is set. And that's the way we're teaching everyone now. When this happens, this is when we get in the trade. So if you can follow basic rules, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. There have been people on the team who were high school dropouts, who were 6- and 7-figure earners. There have been people on the team who were in prison, learned how to trade in prison. We got people from 18 all the way. I had an 80-year-old on the team before. It doesn't matter. You can have a bad credit report. Nobody's going to pull your credit. You can have a bad criminal record. Like I said, we've had people in prison. So I've seen people who had no education that outperformed people who had a doctor's degree. So the one thing about Forex says what race you are, what sexual preference you have, what religious preference or political preference, it doesn't care how much money you have in the bank, because everybody who's a multimillionaire trader started from zero. Warren Buffett at the age of 12, middle-class family, was not born rich, one of the richest people in the world. So whatever you're afraid of, there's already somebody who's been through what you're going through. I had someone who was deaf on my team who became a successful trader. So there's no reason that this can't be a successful trade. You can have discipline and treat this as something serious, like a passion. Figure trader, all done it, and you can do it too.
Thank you. Well, you kind of answer all the questions that I had here. Let me see. All right. Question. Anybody could answer this. People say this is gambling your money. People say, how do you get people to understand that this is not a gambling thing? How do you get the people to understand that you are going to lose money? And how do you put that all together? Whoever wants to answer that question.
And I know Chris is going to jump in on this too, but let me just say first, we don't gamble. We are educated about what we do. We make investment decisions, and we decide before we get in the market exactly how much we're going to lose or how much we're going to win. When we step into the market, we already have a Band-Aid put on our account. We might risk $10 to make $100. We might risk $20 to make $500. But going into the market, we already know exactly how much we're going to lose, and it's called risk management. We don't just guess, oh, I think it's going to buy today, or I think it's going to sell today. We've been educated, and that's why this is an educational platform. If you go and just start buying and selling, doing whatever without getting a proper education like we got, you're a gambler. We are investors. Okay, that's how people like Chris Gardner from the movie The Pursuit of Happiness went from being homeless to worth over $100 million today, because he went and put himself in a mentorship where they taught him to be a trader and investor. So that's why we educate you, so you can make investment decisions. You are not a gambler, you are an investor.
And can I add one more thing from the binary side of things? Because that's what I focus on the most.
Right.
We already know what we're going to risk per trade. So it's not gambling. I don't risk money I can't afford to lose. So.
Well, Tina, so you said binary. Okay, tell a little bit of people, what is the difference between regular Forex and binary? For those people, you said the word binary. People might not know that.
Forex, you're holding trades a longer term. Binary, you make your money between 1 and 30 minutes. So it's quicker. Like, you're going to go into the market, you analyze the market. You know, I came up with my own strategy, actually. You analyze the market, and if the market's going to buy for a few minutes, you can go in for a few minute buy and make money. But with Forex, you could be holding trades for days. This one, binary, you're holding trades for a few minutes. It's quicker.
True. And also people say, I don't have time to be sitting in front of a computer. And you know, I don't like to be sitting down on the computer all the time. I don't have time for that. Anybody want to answer that?
Yeah, where am I right now? I just got off an airplane, guys. I don't spend a lot of time on the computer. And that's why I got into this time freedom. I love to travel, and my team will tell you that's why I'm having connectivity issues today. Every time they talk to me, I'm on an airplane, on my RV, on a car. I'm always traveling. And that's what, you know, I was talking to Terrell today, one of our 7-figure traders. He said, this time next week for my birthday, I'm going to be on a beach somewhere. I don't even know where. He will wake up one morning and get on a plane, go somewhere. And he trades 2 to 3 days a week. It might take you an hour to go in the market and find a trade. We're swing traders. I put in trades and go to bed and wake up the next morning with money. And so it's that easy once you follow the rules.
And let me touch on that a little bit. As y'all can tell, you know, I'm in a uniform. I'm getting ready to go to work. I work in a very, very dangerous job, but I still do this because I'm trying to make myself to where I don't have to work this job anymore. But anybody can do it. I do it in the morning. I can do it after work. I can do it whenever I want to.
I'm also going to say two things.
Uh-huh.
Number one, to your gambling question, are you gambling with your 401k? How many people's 401k tanked last year? I'll guarantee you that your 401k took a huge hit last year. That's not gambling. You go to an investment advisor. They tell you what to invest in. They tell you what to do. Why do I know this? Because I used to do it for people. I used to tell people what they should invest in, what was going to do the best for them. Like, everything tanked last year. And the people who were trading Forex, we were making money. Justin made $50,000 in the month of February last year. When the market was crashing, Justin made what most people make in 1 year just by being able to analyze the market. Number two, how many hours a day do you spend scrolling through your phone on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, whatever all of that is, Snapchat, all of those things? You're doing those things. You're spending time on your smart device, on your computer, on your tablet, whatever, Netflix, all of those things. If you can't sacrifice 1 hour a day, you really don't want to put yourself in a better position.
Awesome.
Okay. I'll say like Chris, what she said.
Love it. What is the hardest thing that you have to overcome?
We've got a few people that haven't said something. Let me hear from y'all.
When it comes
My-
to trading, Vivian?
Yes. When it comes to trade, hey, Sabrina, thank you. What is the hardest thing that people have to overcome to be successful in this? To be successful in trading, and especially you, because you are also part of B. So I want you to share a little bit about B and share about what is the hardest thing.
Yeah, they're two very similar things that some people might not realize. But yeah, I was letting the master traders talk because I like hearing from them myself, to be honest. And I don't think people understand how much money is on this call right now, as far as trading and successfulness. So I was just letting them talk. But yeah, so I mean, for me, I think, well, it's not just for me. I think I learned something really important when I started trading and when I started building my business, is that they're both very similar. Like when it comes to trading, you need to have your mindset correct. It's very similar to what Andre was saying before. And when it comes to trading, is the same. Like personally, when I started trading, when I was making money, I got a little crazy. And then I would blow accounts because there was times where I would just make a lot of money and, just keep going crazy. But I realized that like, I literally had to stop myself from trading for like 3 months to get my mind right. And the only reason I knew that it was my mind that was messing me up and not anything else was because of who I was learning from. So I think when it comes to trading, people that want to actually learn how to trade Forex have to understand that like, who's teaching you matters, because a lot of people will think when they're messing up or losing money that they're just bad at it. And the main thing is that your mindset has to be really on point. You have to be very, very patient. You have to be very calm. Meditation has to be involved. Like a lot of things have to come into play when it comes to trading correctly. And I think that that's something that I learned in being an entrepreneur in general. But I like it in trading because I'm in full control, which is even worse because I can just ruin my life because I am in full control. I mean, the market does what the market does. But at some point when you're like a trader, you feel like a really good trader, you feel like you can kind of tell the market what to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a mindset thing. And I think that's the main, like extremely important thing that people need to learn.
Awesome.
And going back to what Sabrina said, one thing I've realized, people are more afraid of making money than they are of losing money. People throw away money every day. People throw away money on so much stuff. They just spend it here, spend it there, waste it. But then when you try to talk to them seriously about investing and making money, they're afraid. They're so addicted to that job that really has them enslaved, while the person that they're working for is out there like us, becoming an investor and an entrepreneur. So people need to get over that fear of making money. People can't. I remember when I went to work for the first time, like making $5-6 an hour. So now you couldn't make me work for less than $50 an hour, because, I remember that first 6-figure job, and it's a big mindset change when you go from bringing home $500 a week to bringing home $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I remember my first time trading and making a lot of money. It scared the crap out of me. Can you imagine looking at your cell phone and seeing commas on your cell phone? I mean, it was, and Terrell will tell you, I'll mention him again. The first time he had a 5-figure day, he woke up and he was $10,000 in profit, and he got scared and he closed his trades because he was afraid of losing it. $10,000. He woke up, one trade, $10,000, got scared and closed the trade. When he calmed down, he told himself, you are a professional. You know that trade wasn't over. Get up and get back in the market. He went back in the market on that same trade and made another $6,000. So he had a $16,000 day. And that just goes to show people are afraid of making money. People are so used to being broke, living from check to check. They'll go spend their money on PlayStations and the new iPhones and the new Jordans, but they don't have any money saved up in the bank. They've never learned to be an investor. So you got to get it in your mind that you can be wealthy. I grew up picking cucumbers, cropping tobacco, walking around barefooted in the yard, to now I travel the world. I had to get it in my mindset that I could be just like the people I see on TV that can come and go when they please, because I'm making that money now.
Awesome.
Vivian,
Okay.
if I can, I definitely want to hear from Lupe and the rest, but I just wanted to say something very, very quickly.
All right. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are coming in. A lot of people want the quick fix. They want to make they want to make money, and they want to make it now. Now, here's the thing. LeBron James, he went pro, of course, coming straight out of high school. But let's talk about all of the years that he was in basketball camps when he was 3. So from 3 to 17, his level of education from learning the basics, every summer he was in somebody's camp. He was watching videos. He was watching Kobe Bryant videos. He was watching Michael Jordan videos. You can just imagine how much learning that he did to get to the point where he could actually go pro, even right out of high school. We can't neglect the 14 years that he actually put in to study his craft. Now, what am I saying now? You got to come into this thing always in the mindset of always a student. We've heard that for years, and it is true. Always invest in your education. You don't get a diploma you don't even get a high school diploma without 12 years of schooling. So what makes you think you're gonna come in here? Now, of course, every now and then we have the geniuses that come in, 8 months make 6 figures, 4 months make 7 figures. Every now and then you'll have that, but that is not the norm. What you got to do is, what I will say is, if you have patience and consistent discipline, not just discipline, consistent discipline in the area of, I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to seek for people who know more than I do to teach me something that I don't know. Justin is an accomplished trader. Gigi's an accomplished trader. Everybody on this call is an accomplished trader. But everybody has to, Sabrina, everybody is still finding somebody who has been more successful than they are to learn more. This is what we have to do. Don't come into this thinking, hey, I'm going to be retired. I'm coming off my job. Tina's getting ready to go to work. I'm a musician. Yeah. I have Grammys galore. Justin's got awards. I mean, I don't have to do Forex to make a living. I already make 6 figures, but I want to be successful in this area. And Gigi will tell you, I don't even take signals. I have all the signals in the world. I got Titan, I got Shift, I got all the signals in the world, but I want to be the signal. I don't want the signal. I want to be the signal, because it's the Gigi's in the world that's going to always eat. Because if B goes belly up, she's still working. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If B goes up belly up, Chalcye's still working. Justin's still working. Tina, Sabrina, everybody's still working. Be the signal. Come in willing to put the work to be. Kobe Bryant was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, every morning, even after he had won 5 world championships. Why was he still hungry? Because he never got uncomfortable doing the basics and saying, I'm going to learn. Don't come into this looking for the 7 figures in 2 months. No, do the homework, grind, put some time in. Lupe, I want to hear from you. What you got?
Where is Lupe?
Right here. Well, what do you want to know? I mean, I Vivian and Gigi, they know even Chalcye, they know firsthand, at least from my standpoint, that I've had a battle mindset from day one when it comes to trading, from day one, and I'm still working on mindset. But I will tell you, I have to agree with what you just said about being the signal. Yesterday was a perfect example. No, it was started the night before. I was on a call with Vivian, her daughter. We were just, shooting the breeze, and I said, "Oh, EJ's gonna go up." I go, "Mark my words." The next day, Shift calls that same buy. I'm like, "Look, Vivian, look." EJ was like, "Look, even Shift is calling my own freaking trade." This morning, I got into USD Mexican peso. I mean, I surprised myself at my own progress, put it that way. But I have to agree with Andre and with Gigi, it starts with you and with Sabrina, because when you have a job, you have your boss to look over you, you have an HR department. Here with Forex, you are the boss, you are the HR department, you give yourself a review, you give yourself a raise. That doesn't happen in Forex. I mean, I actually feel better that way, because me as a trader, I actually feel satisfied knowing that I give myself a raise, I give myself the review, and I don't have to rely on someone else to give it to me. So that's all I want to say.
True that. Yeah, mindset plays a big role, and it's one of the things. Like I told, like my sister's just joined, my daughter just joined, my son is going to join in a few. If he start blowing his money on cars, he's going to join. But like I tell him, don't come in here thinking that you're going to make money like that, because I remember when I first started, and I had a friend of the family, and she was trading for 2 years, and she was saying, she calls me mom because my kid's age, and she said, Mom, you know you're gonna blow your account. And I was like, I'm not gonna blow my account. You're gonna blow your account. You know, things that people tell you in the beginning that you don't believe that's actually gonna happen, because you think, I'm not gonna blow my account. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna follow the rules. But what happened is that in the beginning, I don't know if it is that you get excited when you see a little bit of money coming, so you think, oh, let me just, if I could do this with a 0.03, man, I could do this with a 0.01 or maybe a 0.05, and you're not really looking at what the market is doing, and boom, you blow your account. I love Andres. Every Saturday I'm there, even though I know it's just a reminder of risk management. Risk management, if you learn risk management, it doesn't matter how small your account is, you could do this. Now, with that said, people also wants to know, how do you handle the stress when you do lose money? Anybody want to answer that? When you do lose.
I can take this one. Considering I lose a lot in binary, I mean, it's inevitable. You're not going to win every trade, but like, I just kind of am done. Like, I don't trade with emotion, because you can't. I just walk away from the market when I lose and come back another time, because you'll win. You can't take the losses to heart.
Okay.
Vivian, this all goes back to the risk management that Chris is teaching every Saturday. And I showed an example of a gentleman who only wins 35%. That might sound huge, but he loses 65%, but he has a $370,000 trading account, because he loses small and he wins big. So 65% loser, but he has multiple 6-figure accounts.
And to kind of piggyback on that, and I mention Kobe Bryant all the time, because his mentality, nobody has a mentality of focus like Kobe did. And that's just in my personal opinion. But Kobe said something one day. He said, you know, when you miss 6-7 shots in a row, he said, you can't stop shooting. You have to totally put those 6-7 misses out the door, because when it's time to take that shot, you have to be willing to take that shot, because if the game is on the line and the ball is in his hands, he could have missed all 7 shots prior to that, but he has to put it in his mind, I have to go back into practice mode and follow through, because you can't take a loss here and say I'm done. You know, all of us have taken losses on this page. All of us probably have blown accounts, you know, or at some point. You have to know. That's why it is important to get on the right team. Now, I can just hang my hat on that point alone. Every team is different. This team, You have people who really want to teach you. And what we want to teach you are the mistakes. Let me teach you first about what not to do. And then we can talk about what to do. Because again, risk management, as you all have been saying, we started with 2 weeks ago, we started with a $200 account. If we took every shift trade and every trade that was called on our team, we changed $200 into 518 plus. All right. That was 50 plus percent return on your investment. We took that $500 account and flipped it to $900 this past week. I'm afraid to see what it's going to be this week. In my mind, and with my commitment for every Saturday, I believe that $200 account will be 6 figures by at least June, July. Who doesn't have $200 to invest? $200. I mean, everybody's got that. It shouldn't take you. You can borrow $200 if necessary to do this. So it's about risk management, which is what Gigi was talking about. You have to, it's just a part of the learning process. You know, you have marketing, patience, mindset, risk management. You have to understand all of these elements, and that's what we're doing. We're here to teach you so that you can come in and be successful. And you don't just want to be profitable. You want to be consistently profitable. That's the 2 different things. Okay, consistently profitable, consistently successful. That's where we are. All right.
Okay, and this is gonna go to Sabrina. Sabrina, why B? What is it about B? And yeah, speak on that. Why B?
Oh my, okay. So honestly, that question
But first you gotta explain to people what is B, because people not realizing, even though I put it up there, you know, you gotta be part of this. They look at every single multi-level marketing as the same.
Right.
And then of course it's the pyramid. That's the pyramid, right? So I wanted you to explain in whole what is B, and just take it from there.
It's so funny that you said pyramid scheme, because to be honest, when people talk about pyramid schemes, most people don't know what pyramid schemes are. Pyramid schemes are illegal. You know, pyramid schemes have no product, no service, no nothing. It's just like money being thrown around. But realistically, I don't see the problem with that either. If everyone's making money, then what's the issue? But no, but to be honest, B, that the reason that you just said is exactly why I love B, because it is not the same. I've actually been a part of another company, another marketing company before, and this is completely different. I personally have never seen anything like B in my life. You know, B is an innovational technological company. We don't even fall under that network marketing, like a section in the industry. Like we don't fall under that. We're competing with Apple. We're competing with Amazon. You know, we're competing with Uber. Like we're competing with the companies and applications that are dominating. So we're nowhere competing with anybody that's in any of those other sectors of the industry. You know, we're way ahead of time. We're way expanded, you know? So I love the fact that it's pretty much just the ecosystem that's incorporating a million different forms of wealth. Like you can literally come into B and choose what you want to do. Like you can choose to be a master Forex trader or a binary trader or crypto, or just building an online business, or, you know, investing in the next Uber, you know what I mean? Like it's just, and being a digital marketer, selling digital products, you know, like it's just, it's a place for everyone. That's what I like, because I can kind of go to someone and say, okay, how can I help this person better? And then I have like 10 different things to choose from. Not just one, not just two. And then I see where we're going. I see where the company's going and what we've done in the short amount of time, that we've broken records. You know, it's just like a no-brainer, you know? So, and another thing is that everything works. You know, I've never felt so confident in talking about what I provide for people. There was a time where I used to feel kind of weird at some times. Maybe I wasn't too sure anymore, but I'm like every day of my life, I'm extremely confident to tell everybody about what this is.
Awesome. Next question. I think it's going to go to Chalcye. All right. People always ask us, and I know we know the answer. They don't know what Forex, and they think it's stocks. can you explain a little bit, since you were in the banking industry, what is the two major difference between, I know the answer, but I want you to explain to everybody else out there that doesn't know the difference.
Yeah, so the foreign exchange market is similar to the stock market, but rather than us trading shares of a company or an organization or something like that, we're actually putting positions in on the world's currencies. So, and for anyone who's traveled outside of the country, or if you've had someone who has come into the US from outside of the country, you know that you have to exchange whatever the world currency that you're coming from and coming into. So for example, if I go to Canada, I have to get the Canadian dollar to be able to have cash on hand, right? All of the different world currencies are worth something different. So there's different values. The US dollar is worth more than the Australian dollar, so all of the different currencies have different values. What we're doing is we're putting positions in that allow us to make money as those currencies gain and lose strength. This market is $6.6 trillion per day. The stock market on a much smaller level. On top of that, we don't have to buy low and hold it until the company grows. The world market is always moving. It's always in motion, 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. So we can always be making money as long as the market is open. It doesn't matter if you're a night person, a morning person, a day person, whatever. You can be trading at any time of the day. As long as you find the right position, we can be making money. The people who move the market are your banks. So when you go into your bank and you open a bank account, you're signing a disclosure giving your bank permission to trade your money in the foreign exchange market. I did this every day for 10 years. Like literally had people sign a disclosure saying, yes, I'm giving you my money to deposit and then my bank is going to take it. They have rooms where they trade in the foreign exchange market and they're making the money that we're making on a much larger scale. And you're getting paid probably a penny a month, less than 1% a year. Come on. Like it's quite honestly, everybody's already trading in the foreign exchange market. They just don't know it. It's been around for over 500 years. Go Google it. It's not a scam. It's not something made up. Like this is something that's happening around you all day, every single day.
That's true. That's for real. Okay, I think I'm down to my answer all the questions here. The dedication. All right, last, at least because I don't want to make this so long. And I was thinking about a Barbara Walter questions. You know, Barbara Walter always has that question toward the end. So I was thinking about a Barbara Walter questions asked toward the end for everybody. But this is the question. What is the main thing that you want people to know about trading? Anybody think about that question? And Sabrina, out to you. What is the main thing you want people to know about multi-level marketing? And all the traders here, what is the main thing you want people to know about trading? And we'll close it there. Anybody?
Vivian, I came back into my room. Can you say?
Oh no, you're coming in and out, Gigi. If he was going to take that question.
And I'm driving, so give me a minute.
Okay.
You want me to answer the one about multi-level marketing first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So you said, what is the main thing that I want people to know about multi-level marketing? To be honest, I think the main thing everyone needs to know is the financial freedom, like what multi-level marketing offers people. People don't understand the power of like residual income, so I think people need to start understanding that residual income you know, is something that you can't make everywhere. That's another thing. Like people will be like, oh, like I can make this somewhere else. And you can't really. I think multi-level marketing is the best way to do it because you can do like a few things at once. You can make residual income. You can start a business. You can grow your network. And then you can kind of just become a better person. Like the personal development that you go through to become a network marketer is next level. I personally think because I've been in the sales world, you know, I've been an entrepreneur in different ways, social media management and stuff like that. So I know that multi-level marketing, if you can actually succeed in that, I think you can succeed anywhere as an entrepreneur, because it is the most tedious way of like communicating with people and kind of like creating relationships. It overall tests you as a person. And it makes you like, it can make you like the master of all trades if you ever want to expand into some other area of the industry as an entrepreneur.
Awesome. And anybody want to take the trading question? AJ?
I'll kind of hop on that for just a quick.
Okay, go ahead.
As far as, you know, the trading side, I would say the best thing, and, you know, for me, and pretty much, I would say pretty much the sentiments of everybody on this call, you literally have the power to change your life with this. It's in your hand. Like you look at it every day. You look at your phone, you look at your computer, all that. You look at that every single day. I mean, whether it's for business, most of the time it's for pleasure. But, you know, take what you have. The power is literally in your hand. Change your life with it. So it's just that simple for me.
Awesome.
And I came to my room. Can you hear me? I turned off my camera, hoping I can get a better signal.
Yeah.
The reason you should be trading is because your bank's trading your money anyway. They're keeping 99.9%. Your 401k, like Chalcye said, you're allowing someone else to control your money. Why not control your own money? I mean, you owe it to yourself to take control of your money, to keep 100%. When I trade, I keep 100% of what I make. Your bank, why do you think your bank gives you free checking, but yet they can pay their CEOs 6 figures a year? They're trading your money. They're making so much money off of your money that they give you free checking, but they pay their CEOs multiple 6 figures. That's how powerful your little $25 free checking or free savings is. It's making somebody else rich because they're flipping it in the market every single day.
Yeah. I'm going to say something based on what Gigi said too. And this is with the utmost respect to my family and to anybody that's about to retire. A few years ago, one of my girlfriends asked my aunt, so what are you going to do for retirement? Do you have money saved up? And she said, no, I'm going to live with my daughters. And there's a lot of people in that same situation. My question is, why would you not learn investing? Why would you leave your money or your future in the hands of the unknown when you can take charge yourself?
True. So
Also
with that,
I have one thing to add. One thing. So to touch on everything that everyone has said, most people come out here and say, I don't want to work for anybody anymore. I want to be my own boss. I don't want to have to go to work at 9 o'clock and come home at 5. I don't want to have to ask for vacation time. I'm going to start my own business. And what do? You go out, you make a hair cream, you start some kind of business, you open some kind of office, a tax preparation place. All of those things have overhead, right? You have to buy an office space, you have to buy equipment, you have to buy supplies, all of those things. Trading is the most lucrative thing that you can do with your own money, where you have absolutely zero overhead. You already have a cell phone. Most people already have a computer. Most people already have internet. All of those things are tax write-offs for your business. You literally have no overhead. You're learning a skill set that you can pass on to your kids. All of my kids know how to trade, except for my 5-year-old, but she is damn sure that she's going to know how to. And I promise you that it's something that my kids will know and not have to rely on a degree or anything else to do. So why not trade? Why not learn? Why not set yourself up to be in a successful position without having to have overhead, loans, debt, all of those things? That's all I have.
All right. Well,
I have
thank you,
one more thing to
everybody.
add, too.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
have one more thing to add. My mom, who doesn't even know how to send an email, I have to walk her through that, wants to start learning how to do this. Like, if my mom, who doesn't even know how to send an email on her phone, let alone a computer, wants to learn how to do this, I think anybody can.
That is true. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for doing this interview with me. I am so thankful and grateful to all of you guys. And with that said, we are done. Thank you guys.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.